Hey, what's up guys? Team Hard Life, Captain Albert Zertucci here. So for today's video, I've got a little bit of more behind the scenes. I've created a different type videos of me showing you the behind the scenes of running a tackle shop or what's being done. And the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of times people come into tackle shops and or they buy gear and they see a little portion of what is actually being done. And that's the finished product. Kind of like our fishing trips. You always see the major catch at the end of the trip after everything's been said and done, and all you see is that. Well, I'm going to change the whole script. I'm going to show you the trials, tribulations of everything that we do to get to that finished product. You know what I mean? It's awesome to see it, but then at the same time, it's also awesome to see our trials, our tests, what works, what doesn't work, and stuff like that. Because like I said, this knowledge just didn't pop up in my head. It's customers coming in with a problem and we try to figure out a solution. I'm a problem solver. I guess that's why I've been very good at what I do, is because I see a problem and I try to find a way to fix it. So in doing all of that, I want to make sure that I want to pass on as much knowledge as I can. And by doing these libraries, I'm filling up all those gaps of what is there and how I can share it with everybody. So the other day you saw me making the labels and stuff like that. Well, that's the first step. Now I've got to cut it up, get it to the proper bags that it belongs to, or leaders and stuff like that, and then ensuring they're put in the right ones. Because so we also make like three-way redfish rigs. We got a long drop, we got a short drop, and then we got what they call a 2-3. A 2-3 is basically a mini casting rig that's 3 foot. And there's 2 of them per bag, so I called it a 2-3, but it's a mini casting. Now, when they're all bagged up, the only ones that we can tell apart just by looking at the packaging is the 2-3, because it has a snap swivel instead of a 3-way swivel in it. So, on the other 2, we got to keep them separated, but if somebody walks up to that job and doesn't know which one's which, we got to pull one out, check it, and then, oh, okay, this one's that, so that one's the other pile. Obviously, we don't mix the bags, so that's how we can keep them in piles and get them labeled up correctly. But this is going to be our next step in that evolution. Then I'll show you the finished product once we get them labeled out and how they look and how good these guys work. You know what I mean? Like I said, everything in our shop is all based on the sleeve. The sleeve is what holds the leader together. It doesn't matter how good of a crimp you put, how good of mono, how good of hook, and this and that. If that crimp is not crimped correctly, the whole leader will fall apart. So with us, like I said, it's the smallest thing, and the smallest thing is the crimp. So let's check this out.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta line. I'ma call up the whole team.
All right, some of these we were in a pinch and in the crunch for time, so they cut off what they needed and got it labeled that way. But now that I'm setting all this up later, brother, I want to go ahead and cut it all down, get it all prepped up and ready for the next batch of when we do make these leaders again. And these are actually my older labels too. I haven't put the check us out on YouTube just yet. I will, and on all my newer gear, you'll see that here in just a second. All right, so now as you can see, the YouTube on there, subscribe to Team Hard Life. So let's see how this goes. Let me go ahead and get all these set up real quick and cut up so we can get the bags labeled. Yeah, the ink was running out, so in between there I printed out a few, but you can still see the information on there, so I'm gonna let them be. Oh, there we go. Got our labels cut up for most of the stuff that we've got, because it was the last items we had to build. So just to give you an idea, we've got our Kingfisher leaders right here. Got our double drop drum rigs for Jack Crevalle and the mini casting. And then we've got our 3-way short, our snapper rigs with the 13-aught circle hook, 100-pound test. We do make the lemon rigs as well. We're using the Legend popping corks to do those. And what we've also done is taken in consideration that on those, they're used in the flats and shallow water, and then they are also used off the pier and jetties. So we've got a secondary one right there too. So you got pier and jetties, bays and flats, but we also have them with and without hook. And then we've got our snapper rigs with the 6-aught 3X strong, 135-pound coated cable. Got our mini casting rig with the big black drum, and then we also got them with the circle hook on here, and we got them with the J hook, but we didn't make them on here because we already had labels left over. And then our big rig labels for our shark gear and stuff like that. And like I said, that's when I was running out of the ink, but that's the way they normally look. So I think, I don't know, they look both pretty cool, but I think that one's probably going to be more of a hit. So weigh in, test your boat, let's see how it looks. All right, guys.